This is a 14-hour flight to the US that I'm about to take, and in this video I'm going to bring you along for the whole journey. I've made this long-haul flight over the Pacific Ocean many times, and I've made many mistakes. So in this video I'm going to tell you all of the things that I've learned to do or not to do, and whether or not you do these things can be the difference between a miserable trip or one that's actually enjoyable. I'll cover everything I recommend doing before the flight, during, and how to get over jet lag afterwards. But I'm also going to actually bring you on the flight with me so you can see what it's really like. I also paid for an upgrade with Delta Premium, so I'll show you what that's like and let you know at the end if I think it was worth it. And in this video, I'll let you know how much everything costs and how much I spent on this entire trip. So, let's go to the US. All right, it is time for the 14-hour flight. I just checked out of my hotel here, and they actually have a free shuttle to the airport. It should be a 15-minute shuttle to Terminal 2 and about a 5-minute shuttle to Terminal 1. Come tell me, Dad. I'm going to Terminal 2. No one's on the bus. Got it to myself, VIP. All right, so it is 1 o'clock right now. My flight is at 4:25 p.m. to the United States, but be very careful when you're picking your routes and your flight times. I personally like leaving at this time around 5 p.m. because you have dinner, then you can go to sleep, and you can wake up, you're in the new country. If it's a daytime flight and you arrive in the evening, maybe you don't want to sleep on the plane, so you're tired when you arrive in the evening, you can go to sleep and get used to that time zone, which will help with your jet lag. But the first tip is if you have a transit from another country, sometimes it's a good idea to stay in an airport hotel, or you could get a few days in the city. If you've never seen the city before, you might make a little detour, stay 3 nights in Tokyo or Seoul. So if you have multiple flights, especially after a long 14-hour trip, it's really nice to get a hot shower and a good night's rest. Or maybe the best option is a capsule hotel, which are usually located inside the airports. I've used one at this specific airport in Seoul, South Korea. I paid $35 US for 3 hours with a double bed and a shower inside the room. It had great Wi-Fi, it was very quiet. I was able to get a nap and a shower before my connecting flight. Because after one of these long haul flights, all you want is a shower and sleep. So definitely check to see if there are capsule hotels in the airport you're flying through. And we are leaving exactly 1 o'clock. Right on time. Easy ride so far, 12 minutes, it's 1:12, and I stayed at Premier Best Western. Definitely seemed like an expensive hotel for Asia, but its location, what you're paying for, $134 a night to stay there. That hotel had a gym and I used it. I went for a run this morning, did some legs, did some stretching. I highly recommend getting some exercise before this 14-hour flight. Definitely stretching and going for a long walk at the very least, because you're gonna be sitting still for a very long time. Get a great workout and then it'll help you sleep better too. But let's go check in and we'll get some Korean food. So departures are upstairs. But I have flown out of this airport many times and it is extremely smooth check-in. One thing that you want to do before this long flight, drink your coffee, go ahead and use the facilities. You want to use the bathroom before you get on this 14-hour flight. That might require you to wake up a couple hours early so you can drink some coffee, go to the bathroom, clean out your system for the flight. My flight is this one, Delta 188, leaves at 4:25. I love flying out of Seoul. It's a quiet airport, it's clean, it's organized, it's efficient. But from my experience, this Delta check-in is extremely fast. So that's the next tip, is picking your route and picking your airline. So I actually came from the Philippines. I flew from Cebu City, Philippines yesterday. So if you want to fly Delta, for example, they have a lot of connections from the US to Tokyo, Japan, and here in Seoul, South Korea. So if you don't have a direct flight to your country that you're flying to in Asia or whatever continent it is, find a major hub in another country on that continent. And then once you're in that continent, then you can find some cheaper direct flights to your country that you're flying to. So that's what I'm doing. I often connect in Tokyo or Seoul. I book that flight separately to get to Tokyo or here in Seoul. Then I do my round trip flight from here to the United States and back. Okay, it is 1:25. Let's see how long it takes to check in Delta. So obviously, as you can see, if you have Delta 1, then you have your own separate line over there, Sky Priority. But Delta Premium, I don't know if we have a faster line or not. Sky Priority, Delta Premium goes to this line. Delta 1 has an even faster line. So our line is a little bit faster. 1:27, let's see how long it takes. 1:39. So we got through check-in in 12 minutes. Did I say I started that at 27? I think I said 27, so 12 minutes. So it is 1:40. Let's see how long this takes for immigration and security. I'll see you on the other side with more tips. 11 minutes to get through security and immigration. And on top of that, my gate is 253, directly in front of immigration. That's immigration through those glass doors. Literally the first gate is mine. 11 minutes, security and immigration. So what time is it? I have way too long. I have almost 3 hours. That was too fast. I have too much time. But I would much rather get to an airport extremely early than wait until last minute and be rushed and be stressed the whole day. Next, I'll talk about what I recommend packing in your bag that you bring on the plane with you. All right, real quick, I'm gonna tell you what to bring on the flight. This goes in the overhead bin. I do not touch that during the flight. So instead, maybe you want a smaller bag to bring down to the seat with you that has everything you're gonna need during the flight. The first thing is a jacket. Some of these planes get very cold, so you definitely want a jacket. First, maybe the most important thing, your headphones. The airline is gonna give you horrible quality headphones. For the headphone jack on the TVs, they're still using this, the aux, that auxiliary cable, so you're gonna want to bring these with you on the plane. Next, you're gonna wanna brush your teeth. I have this little disposable toothbrush and toothpaste, and I don't like using the water in the bathroom there, so bring your own water. You always want snacks. I always choose cashews, peanuts, something like that. Chargers and adapters for whatever country you're in. And if you have a power bank, make sure you bring it on your carry-on. You cannot check it in your bag. They don't want it to overheat and start a fire. Apparently, airlines don't like it if you start fires on their planes. Imodium, in case your stomach goes on the fritz. One time I thought it was a good idea to eat raw sea urchins before a 10-hour flight. I won't go into detail, but that was a bad idea. This should be common sense, but don't eat exotic foods before this flight. Maybe some deodorant. You might not smell great after 14 hours. You want a sleep mask. Sometimes the person sitting next to you keeps the light on all night. Maybe you have some noise-canceling headphones or earplugs. Hand sanitizer, baby wipes, but don't keep these with your electronics. I've had these smushed before and get my laptop wet. I keep these separate in my jacket pocket. And that is what I personally bring on the plane with me. So if you have certain credit cards, a lot of credit cards have lounges. And if you're here 3 hours early, 2 hours early, then a lounge is gonna be much better than waiting at your gate. All right, so I just talked to the Delta flight attendants. They said we have a Delta One lounge up that way, which I do not have access to because I'm at Delta One. And also there's a public lounge up here. I've checked it out before. It didn't look great. It's $45 for an adult, $19 for kids. It's really noisy in there. The acoustics are horrible. There's a lot of people, there's kids screaming, and they're playing music on top of that. Definitely not worth $45. So we'll just go to this food court instead. Let's get this one. Okay, I think there's about 6 different restaurants. I think I finally found my restaurant. That was quick. Come to me, Dad. Let's get some metal chopsticks. So we have some kimchi here. I might not eat this sauce because I don't want to eat anything spicy before the flight. Let's give this a try first. Oh yeah. Got some tofu in there, really bold flavors. So we have some seaweed, some beef. We've got some lettuce over here, some carrots. I know you're supposed to mix it, but I just want to try the beef. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna mix it all. Okay, I'm gonna eat this and then we're gonna go to the gate. Goodbye. So we're about to board and I'll show you here which seat that I chose and I have very specific reasons why I chose this seat. Personally, I like an aisle seat because I want to get up and walk around. It's 14 hours. I don't want to be stuck in my seat and ask someone to get up frequently. But specifically, I choose the aisle seat in the middle section because on these long flights, there's a middle section as well. If you get the aisle seat in the middle section, there's a chance that the person sitting next to you will get out the other side if they want to get up in the middle of the night to use the toilet. If you have the aisle seat on the side, you'll always have to get up when the people next to you want to get up. I choose the back row because I don't want any kids kicking the back of my seat. I've had that happen on one of these 14-hour flights before, and it's not fun. One option some people like to take is the front row. You have a lot more room to get up and walk around there, but one thing to keep in mind is you won't have a TV screen in front of you. It'll be a fold-out on the side, and you'll probably have to put that away for takeoff and landing. Maybe you're a window seat kind of person. Personally, I never am a window seat kind of person. I just like getting up and walking around and having that freedom, but especially on this long flight, I don't want to get trapped next to people. Right now, I'm gonna go for one last walk before we board, just to stretch out the legs, get the blood flowing. It's always good to walk after you eat. The noise you're hearing is that.
We would like to take this opportunity to thank and recognize our Delta 36
Almost time. And we are boarding Zone 2 if you're premium, so that's good. Got to board early. That is our plane. These planes are massive. Be sure to like, comment, and share so we can afford the first class or business class next time. But for now, we're in here.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, those look comfortable, don't they? We're back here. I'm looking forward to upgrading to that next year. And then this is us though. The next best thing. All right, here we are. This is my row for the next 14 hours. And this is my specific seat. No one behind me, so no kids can kick my seat. And we are already in our seat where we will call home for the next 14 hours. So as you can see, this is the premium section. So these seats are a little bit bigger and you have these armrests in between. They give you a bottle of water before you take off. They have headphones, a welcome pack with an eye mask, some slippers, a pillow, and a blanket. Maybe the most important thing is your screen here. There's usually a lot of good movies and TV shows to choose from. In premium also, they go ahead and give you this menu so you can start looking at the food that you want to order. For the main course, you have the roasted chicken breast option, spinach mushroom lasagna, grilled beef. Mid-flight, they give you a margarita pizza twist. And then when you're close to landing, they give you one more order of either seared chicken, frittata, Italian beef, meatball are your options. So another tip I'll give you is when that happens, they'll start to turn on the lights after the night when everyone starts to wake up. I recommend going straight to the toilet right then because everyone's gonna wake up and then get in line to go to the restroom. So as soon as the lights come on and everyone starts to wake up, go straight to the bathroom and skip the line. There's a lot of little things like that that you figure out from doing this. Usually if you're back in economy, it's gonna have the headphone jack up here and it's gonna be the AUX headphone jack. But because they give us these headphones, it's right here. I'll wait until my neighbors get in, but you can recline right here. But also this is where you plug in the headphone jack and then you have your remote for your TV, or you can just use the touch screen right there. I've flown this exact seat on premium many times, but one day we're gonna get up to the front. You this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually let's go ahead and figure out what we want to eat. I'm thinking chicken breast, truffle demi-glaze, celery root, potato puree, carrots, and broccoli. Yeah, so he's actually coming around taking our orders already. So this is like midway business class. It's like half and half. You definitely have more attention from the flight attendants than you do behind us. But there's actually another section behind us. There's comfort and then economy. So it goes first class, business class, premium, comfort, and then economy. See all the space that I have here in between? Chicken breast, please.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you.
Thank you. But Delta in general, they're just really good customer service. I'm going to show you some of the options that we have here for movies. There's usually a lot of really good options. Apollo 13, Anaconda, Avatar, Aliens, Bohemian Rhapsody, Forrest Gump, Goodfellas. Ooh, I might watch Goodfellas. TV series, you have The Office, you have Friends. Let's see what else. Reno 911. I'm gonna watch Reno 911. But yeah, you get the gist. Modern Family's on here, so there's more than enough to watch. So really, it's not that bad. You have all these TV shows and movies, so you sit down, watch a few movies and TV shows, you have dinner, they come through, clean up the food, watch a little more TV, maybe you take a sleep aid if that's your thing, try to get some sleep, you wake up, you eat again, watch some more TV, and you're there. That's best case scenario. So there's no Wi-Fi on this plane, so I actually just used my Korean Olaflight eSIM to install my American eSIM that I'm going to use when I arrive. So I just installed this right here. So it says ready to use, as you can see right there. So when we arrive in the US, I'll activate it, I'll switch it on, and I'll show you how it works. All right, it is finally time to leave. I will check in with you periodically throughout the flight. Goodbye. We are up and running. I want to show you how far these seats recline. It's a pretty good bit. It's good, I'm comfortable, but there's a good bit of space to move back. This is how much legroom I have. A lot. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry.
They served the dinner at 5:34 p.m., so about an hour into the flight. It was a good portion of protein, a large chicken breast, bread with butter, a salad, and sort of a key lime pie for dessert. It was good, very filling, and I'm just watching Goodfellas. But I actually think it's going to be a 13-hour flight. When I booked it, it said 14-hour, I thought. But they told us on the intercom it's going to be a 13-hour flight. So 1 hour down, 12 more to go. It's a lot of movies, hopefully some sleep. So after dinner, they turned off the lights around 6:11 p.m. I'm going to see how much sleep I can get, and I'll talk to you when I wake up. It is 10:44 p.m. We just got drinks. I got 2 small soda waters. We got a very cheesy pizza twist. And now it's the T-Rex scene on Jurassic Park. Sometimes someone does this, they open their window and it brightens up the entire room. If they didn't do this, it would be very dark. So keep that in mind if you have a window seat in the middle of the night, if you open up your window. It's very bright for everyone else who's trying to sleep. Which is why it's good to have a sleep mask. I've only slept for maybe 1 hour at this point. Good morning from tomorrow. Just woke up. They turned on the lights. It says we have 1 hour and 22 minutes until arrival. They're about to serve us food, then they come clean that up, and then it's time to land. I got a few hours of sleep just now, so the estimated arrival will be 4:30 p.m. in Atlanta. Then you can see where we started from and where we are right now. You can look at this map throughout the whole flight. We have just landed. Let me see if my Olafly eSIM works. Turn off that. Turn on cellular data. It's going to be the only one available in that country. So all my other eSIMs are turned off. Turn on this one. Turn on the line. Turn on data roaming. And then I have 5G. And we're testing it out right now. It's working. I'm watching my YouTube video on the plane. And it has unlimited data, so you won't run out of data from streaming videos like this. So if you want to try out Olafly on your next international trip, you can use my discount code TravelEscapes. I'll also put a link in the description below and in the comments. So I noticed there's only 2 seats on this side. So that's why it's wider. Your seats are wider because there's fewer seats. That's our upgrade next time.
Thanks for flying Delta. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thanks for flying with us today.
It's warm. They said it's 90 degrees in Atlanta. 4:30 p.m. We have made it to the U.S. and this is immigration already, so I'll turn off the camera. Talk to you on the other side. I'm in the U.S. I'm on U.S. soil for the first time in 8 months probably. I have 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours before my next flight. We arrived, I think, an hour early. I think you said 50 minutes early. So as I was saying for that trip, if you have the right airline, you leave at the right time, you have the right route, and the right seat, which is very important, it's not that bad. If you have the movies and the good food. I slept for a few hours, maybe 4 hours in all, but that's intentional because I want to be able to sleep tonight. It's already 5 p.m. here. I'll show you in the morning how to get over the jet lag, or at least what I do to try to help with it. Good morning from the United States of America. I've made it. I'm alive. It's been a long journey, but I'm finally here. I finally got to sleep about 2 a.m. last night. So what I'm doing right now is very intentional. I'm outside walking without sunglasses on. This is helping my body get used to the current time zone in this country, but the main thing is to be in the sun as much as you can so your circadian rhythm can adjust to the new time zone. This is one of the best things you can do for jet lag. Try to keep a consistent sleep schedule on the local time zone. I also like to get exercise. You want to stay hydrated after you get here to help with the jet lag, but the main thing is sleep, so also try not to take a nap if you can. For me, it usually takes over a week, honestly, to fully adapt to this sleep schedule, to this time zone, but everyone's different, but those are some of the best things that you can do to help with the jet lag. Now, for the final prices that I've spent. So for my personal trip, I took a ferry over to the island of Cebu in the Philippines for this price. Then I flew from Cebu to South Korea for this price, and this is how much the hotel in South Korea costs. My flight, I did a round trip, Seoul, South Korea, Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, and then back to Korea. My flight was more expensive because my dates were not flexible and I did not book it far in advance, but I'm searching right now and I'm finding this round trip in economy is this price, and the upgrade to premium would be this price. So typically the premium upgrade is about $1,000 more for round trip and about $500 more one way for this specific route. But personally, this is how much I paid for my ticket. But if you can be flexible with your dates, it can save you a lot of money. These flight prices can vary hundreds of dollars from one day to the next. So definitely book it far in advance and search multiple dates for your route. So let me know in the comments if you think that is worth that price difference to upgrade to premium. Personally, I think premium is worth the upgrade. So it is a very long and expensive trip, but I do this twice a year because it's important for me to see family, to see my parents. So for me, it's worth that price. It's worth the trip. Here are 2 other videos from my channel. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.